are taking care as best as you can. So today, along with taking care of my nails, I wanted to practice my self-speaking voice a little bit. I'm normally whispering because it's just more natural, comes naturally to me, versus soft-speaking. I kind of feel like my voice is doing a balancing act. But it is nice to have some variation between soft-speaking, as well as whispering. So I wanted to give it a try, and it happens to just also work out best for where I have my mic, since it's not right up close to my mouth like it usually is when I whisper. I figure this would just help you hear me a little better anyhow. So my nails, I've been letting grow a little longer, but they haven't been in the best health. Although they are much better now that I have started taking care of them again. I still have some areas where the nail kind of peels a little bit, and I'm just going to be trimming them a little bit, filing them, applying some oils, pushing back my cuticles, and all that. I just wanted to let you know what kind of state they're in at the moment, and that they're not perfect at all, what I say. I do have some old polish that I'm going to be taking off before I start anything else. So let's get started. So I've got a couple little cotton balls here in this glass jar. But actually, before we even do that, I thought it would be nice to light a candle. I actually recycled the jar of the same candle. I had 2 of them. So it's currently serving as a little dish for any little items that I wanted to carry. And this is from Artists Only, and it's a soy candle hand pour. It's very softly, lightly scented, which I actually very much appreciate for whenever I'm doing something like a ritual where I just kind of want a very light scent, but mostly the process of lighting the candle, of placing it next to me, and of watching the flame just flicker around is very soothing. So I've been really enjoying my time with this candle. I think a part of me doesn't like trimming the wick because I love how chaotic the flame looks. But I probably should have trimmed it for this video. I'm regretting my decision a little. But at least you got that crackling ASMR trigger. So I'm just gonna leave this somewhere that you can see it a little bit. So I'm just gonna take one little cotton ball and my relatively new bottle of a 3-in-1 formula Remove Plus, I guess is the name. It's a nail polish remover, a nail cleaner, nail prep, and it's supposed to extend the wear of your polish. I did just get, I guess, tempted to buy this because it seemed like a gentler formula than what I currently owned before this, which was like 100% acetone solution. So, plus, this is pretty to look at. And lately I have been investing a little more into things that bring more beauty into simple routines that I have. And I find that they just make me enjoy the little things a little bit more. So, and what's pretty neat about this is it's a kind of like a pump applicator, I guess. So you just, and already you have a little bit on there. So I'm just going to start removing that polish. Already, normally when I go over my nail with this little cotton ball, I can see where I have a little bit of lifting or chipping going on my nail. The worst place that I have that is on my thumbnails for whatever reason. So I just press a little bit and then push out or push in circular motions. I'm not very graceful with these things, I would say. But you all seem to enjoy me sharing this anyhow. Find it relaxing. So I'm more than happy to sit here with you. And honestly, it does bring me more, I guess, peace, because I'm encouraged to slow down and just be in the moment with you all, and also talk a little sweeter, a little quieter, a little slower, a little more intentionally. And I think that's beautiful. So go ahead and take this bowl of water. My voice is was breaking a little. Let me drink some water actually before I continue. The water is just a little warm, and I'm gonna add some oils, is what I've been doing lately. I find it was very helpful for removing adhesive nail tabs and fake nails that I had on, but it also was lovely for softening my cuticles a little bit, and so I've kept the habit of soaking my nails and putting a little bit of nourishing oils. This is just a little bit of coconut oil and olive oil. Nothing special. This is just what I cook with in my kitchen. So I'll go ahead and pour that in. And this is a little more special. This is a Haitian black castor oil from Creole Essence, or Creole Essence. Probably Creole Essence. And I've been using this on my hands every night to moisturize them, but also to moisturize my cuticles especially. I'll just rub it in every night. And I have been using this through my eyelashes at night too, through my brows. And before I put on mascara, I'll also put this on. And I just find that it makes my lashes look a little more natural and thins out the mascara formula. So I've really been enjoying this quite a bit. And I got this specifically because I heard this oil was good for lifting and cracking nails, which I do experience, particularly on my thumbnails. Loaded with omega fatty acids, 3,6,9, vitamin E, and ricinoleic acid, our multitasking oil also helps to promote thicker looking eyebrows and eyelashes, hydrate extremely dry skin, and soothe during massages. And I'll show you right now, such a beautiful, rich, thick oil. And it does have a beautiful golden color and a light smokiness to it, which is quite lovely. So I'm going to be liberal with that. And it comes with quite a lot in there. 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters. Okay, so the oil tends to, collect together in an attempt to avoid the water. So I just like to break it up a little bit. By just pinching the water like that. And I normally just let it sit for a minute or so. I'm normally not very patient with things such as these, I guess. I have, however, been trying to practice being present in the moment. One of my, not necessarily resolutions or goals, but I guess one of my desires for 2021 is to be more present, to feel presence, to feel more gratitude, more abundance, more worth. I think this year I just would like to slow down and really find comfort in my own company, in my own presence, to be able to sit with any emotions that come up, especially the ones that are uncomfortable, and to just move more intentionally, create things more intentionally. Now that my hands are a little softened by the water and the oils, I'm just gonna grab this little wooden tool. It's got a little flat edge that ends in a point, and that's the side I'm gonna use to just gently as I can, push back on the sides of my fingernail and the back, just pushing the cuticles a little back with a little pressure. I messed up, actually. I should have filed my nails before I did this. Silly me. But that's okay. I'll just dry my hands a little and then go into filing them. It's probably the order I should have done, but it'll get done regardless. I'm definitely practicing speaking a little kinder to myself too. A lot of the times, for simple little mistakes, just like this one that I just realized I did my nails out of order, I probably would have said some rude things to myself internally, and sometimes I even externally, and I verbalize these things to myself too. And I've been trying to catch myself in those moments and redirect my thoughts and redirect my energy. There's no point in shaming yourself, being mean to yourself for mistakes, for human error that is bound to occur. But something that helps me a lot of the times redirect my own self-talk is one of two things. One is to talk to myself as I would talk to a loved one or a friend, and that sometimes helps. But for me personally, obviously everyone, what works for one person may not work for another. We're all different in that way. But for me, it helps me to kind of visualize a younger version of myself. And just try to speak kinder to that, child that everyone has inside of themselves. I have a similar approach to uncomfortable emotions that I may experience. I kind of visualize them as their own separate entity. And I didn't come up with any of this on my own. I have borrowed these ideas over time from different creatives and different authors, poets, educators. So I will try to link them down below. Different creatives who have been helping me on my self-healing journey. But as I was saying, I've been trying to visualize uncomfortable emotions as their own separate entity and just see them more as visitors. I try to look at them with a little more compassion and a little more forgiveness, and I try to hold space for them instead of pushing them away or, just letting them sit with me, acknowledging them, thanking them, assuring them that I am okay, that I will be okay. And it's been helping me a little bit. Okay. I think something I would like to integrate into this care routine, this nail care routine, is a hand massage technique. But I don't really have any special tips or tricks. For now, I think I can start today with whatever feels good for me. Just take a moment to do that right now. And take a few deep breaths while I'm at it. Okay, so I have these two nail files. This one is just a regular, pretty rough nail file. And this one is a little softer. It is a 4-way buffer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I normally just stick to this side and this side on a regular basis. So I'm gonna start with this little nail file and just clean up the edges. By that I mean I like to file them at a little bit of an angle. Particularly making sure I pull the skin a little here so I can get right all the way to the base of the nail, like that, if that makes sense. And I just do this because I like the appearance a little more. It just looks a little more neat. Just like that. I have been finding a lot of joy and pastime with my plants lately. I recently bought 2 new ones. I recently added a fluffy fern, is what it's called. It's behind me. I don't know if you can see it because of the lighting, but a little fluffy fern, and it's just so beautiful. It just feels very much like something you'd see in, I don't know, a magical forest or something. I'll use that same nail file to just trim down the nails a little bit. I know that, or I think that you are technically supposed to only file in one direction in order to not damage your nail. At least that's what one of my tias told me when I was younger, but I'm normally not patient or coordinated enough to do that, so I just go ahead and go back and forth. So. Now I'm just going to go in with the blue side because it's a little softer, but still can file down your nail a little bit for those little imperfections or rough edges. Now actually, use it for its intended purpose, which is to remove ridges from your nails and use it over any splits that I have in my nail, which I have one right here. If my camera would like to focus, right here. So, again, I think you're supposed to do like that, but I tend to like the patience, and I don't really notice too big of a difference. Okay, I'll just lightly do it on my other nails. Clean off the nail dust. Clean under the nail as well, I can't forget this time. And I just clean under my nail using my own thumbnail or any other nail, just so you see what I do. I take the nail, go under one nail, and that's it. I just do that. And I'm just gonna make a little mess. Wipe off the oil from my nail. From each nail bed, trying to avoid my cuticles so that they stay hydrated. Keep those nourishing oils on them. Going in with this little bottle of Miracle Nail is what it's called. And actually one of you over on Instagram recommended this for me for nail growth and for harder nails if you're experiencing breakage. And you are absolutely right, this has worked really wonderfully for my nails. Pretty messy with this because it is a thin clear polish. It chips off anyway, so I'm not trying to be perfect with it. I accidentally touched an edge right here. I'm just gonna dip in bit, and yes, that's actually perfect for what I wanted. It fits the nail bed almost exactly. lovely. Clean the edges because I had gotten some on there too. And I'm just gonna let my hands dry. So I'm just gonna take a good amount of this castor oil. And just brush my cuticles against my palms to get that oil on there. And as well as underneath the nail, just like that. And this is something special just for today's video. But I actually really enjoy this, and I enjoy the scent too, if I use a very tiny bit. I'll show you just how little I use. I take my wrist and just like that. Only like a tiny little stripe of oil came out. Close it back up. And I spread that from my wrists to my neck, and sometimes even to my ankles. I do believe that I am done. So I normally won't do this until maybe a week goes by, a week or a week and a half, a week or two, or if I know I'm gonna film a video that is very focused on my nails, then I might take a moment to spruce them up a little bit, but this is what we're working with. The end. I hope that you all enjoyed this calm little soft-spoken video, and let me know what you think of my soft spoken voice and whether you found it just as tingly, 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 as tingly, tingly, tingly as my whisper. Well, I hope that you all are a little more relaxed now, or maybe inspired to give yourself a little pampering or take care of yourself, or maybe somebody else and treat them. But I'm sending all my love your way, and many, many besitos, besitos, besitos.